What's going on, everybody? We're back with the same lame shit we've done 6 weeks in a row, so don't get too excited. It is just more of the same. I could practically phone this in at this point. But hey, let's give the people what they want to see, right? The Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Beyoncé won Album of the Year. Elon Musk is dismantling the government, and I'm still waiting to start truck driving school. Just sitting on my ass wasting time that I probably don't have. Same old shit. I had that gnarly cold at the beginning of last week, but it looks like I'm pretty much over it, aside from a snot nose that loves to hang around. I'm either wiping my nose or have my finger up it. It looks like I might stop floating and take a permanent position. I interviewed Ford on Tuesday, but I haven't heard anything back yet. It doesn't matter because I'm out of here in April. I don't know why I've been so angry lately. I guess I'm just impatient. I'm sure the people I've been living with are sick of me by now. But anyway, let's get down to business and start talking our normal shit. I'm not gonna lie, this is going to be a very aggressive post. Like I said, I don't know why. I'm just pissed off all of the time. Things just are not going well. We are not even going to waste any time this week. We're going to jump right into it. We transition from that angry cat staring through the window to his fluffy highness, your boy Dirt. Last week it went to the 11th hour getting the 6th video ready, but not this week. This week we are one step ahead of the game, and I have to report to everyone that I feel much better. I was feeling like dookie diarrhea when we last spoke, but I have completely turned the corner. Vitamin C has more uses than just enhancing hallucinogens. Everyone is crying because Beyoncé won Album of the Year with that country album she put out earlier this year. I personally think that winning a country music award is like winning a gold medal at the Special Olympics. Yeah, you're a gold medal retard. And you can take it to the bank when I say that Cowboy Carter is straight up homosexual Special Olympic gay. That album helped with my depression. I was bedridden for 6 months, but it gave me the energy to get up and shut off the radio. It is kind of fishy that her husband and Diddy Party Freak-Off attendee and organizer Jay-Z literally cried and complained about her never winning Album of the Year after all his financial contributions to whoever votes for the winners, and, just like that, she won. Even funnier was the fact that Billie Eilish was nominated in 6 categories and lost all 6. And now all the they-them weirdo girls with pastel hair colors are crying on the internet about how she put her heart and soul into her new album and was robbed. I put my heart and soul into lots of things that were a pile of shit. It's not a coincidence that as soon as I start talking about that talentless little dwarf and Dirt starts licking his taint. If I could do the same right now, I would, no matter who won or lost at the Grammys. Speaking of music though, last week's video was the first one since I started making them that didn't get a copyright strike. People were starting to ask whether or not I could actually do that or not. Well, I did it. And I didn't get no Grammy. I didn't get no nothing. Also, everyone is freaking out because government waste of taxpayer dollars is being exposed daily. And millions of non-Americans around the world are starting to realize that the free ride is over. I'm politically neutral, or politically apathetic is probably more accurate. But even I am shocked at what these fools have been up to. 20 million for an Iraqi version of Sesame Street, 10 million for condoms in Afghanistan, 9 million to Syria for humanitarian aid that somehow got diverted to Al-Qaeda. But the one that really freaked me out, I don't remember how much it was, but we gave millions to the Wuhan Institute of Virology in Wuhan, China, to study, and I quote, the effects of coronavirus on bats. It came out to something like $1 million per American deaths from COVID-19. And just like the deportations of millions of illegal aliens, there are people protesting that this type of transparency is wrong. Most of them are people who directly benefit from this money, so that right there tells you everything that you need to know. I have stated numerous times that I think both parties are garbage and directly benefit from the suffering of the working class. But now the current president is talking about getting rid of the income tax system, which I am all for. You didn't help me earn it. So it stands to reason that the government shouldn't take a dime from my paycheck. And now that I see how that money is being spent, I am even less inclined to pay taxes. None of this matters to me. It's all bullshit. This was me this past weekend, venturing out of the house for the first time after being sick. I went to the International House of Pancakes and had a full-ass American breakfast and drank an entire pot of coffee myself. It seems like it's taking forever for me to start truck driving school. I've said it before, but I will gladly say it again, as loud as possible. I should have stopped smoking weed the day I left California. Then I wouldn't have to be waiting around like a dingbat. But someone very wise once told me that there are only two things that are real in this world, and those are the choices you make and the consequences of them. No use crying over spilled shit. Just do what you gotta do to get what you need to have. I can't believe that the Chiefs totally choked like your girl Mama Cass in the Super Bowl when they showed Taylor Swift on the Jumbotron. She was booed out of the building, but when they showed Trump, the place gave him a standing ovation. It was a crazy weekend, all right. I didn't even bother watching the game. I just wasn't feeling it. All I ever do anymore is hang out in my room like a vampire. I have no desire to leave my crypt, unless I have to leave to go to work. No need to. I'm just brooding and antisocial and don't want to deal with people. I'm just checking days off on a calendar until I can get the hell out of here. Maybe I am making a mistake in thinking that once I get out onto the road, all of my problems will be solved. What do you think? I feel like it's the right thing to do. I just need to get away from people and have some time to myself, to think about everything and how my life turned out the way it did. I feel like I just bring chaos and resentment with me wherever I go, so isolation is the solution. The problem with that is that I can't get anyone else to see things my way. It makes me second guess my intentions sometimes. Everyone is judging me and talking their shit, and they don't know what the hell they are talking about. I feel like for the past 2 decades, I've given everything up for other people and haven't done a single thing for me. I worked my ass off that entire time, and I have nothing to show for it. Everything I own is packed into a car that I don't own. Figure that out. Me becoming a trucker is the first thing in a long time that I wanted to do. If I had stayed in California, this would not be happening, because my wife would never have let it happen. It's about control. It's about exercising her narcissism that she constantly accused me of using. She would always use those shiny and new buzzwords like narcissism and toxic masculinity, and calling me abusive for simply disagreeing with her twisted perspective on things. She's completely unhinged. That's why I am 2/3 of the way across the country alone. That is why I must be successful in this venture. I have to stick it to her and forge my own path. Just to be able to say that I told you so. She texted me earlier this week freaking out that the government was going to come for her and my daughter. God forbid she has to get a job. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't know why she is so upset. Now she gets 2 checks for simply existing. One from the government and one from me. Free money for doing nothing, and she doesn't even have to fake like she likes having me around. When I am talking about my haters, she is at the tippy top of that list. She had been actively working against me long before I left, and that was the biggest reason why I did in the first place. And I know she is watching. She wouldn't miss an episode for the world. It must suck to hate someone so much yet can't stop stalking them online and being all up in their business. I've had to delete all of my social media because of her constant meddling in my business. If you're gonna do that, the least you could do is comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, I feel like I got all of my anger out. Now we can get back to our regular business. I'm just tired of the haters and all of their associated bullshit. I hope I get this permanent position so that way I'm not sitting around waiting to find out where I'm going that day. I like the people I work with and they seem to like me, so it is an easy decision for me to make. Let's see what happens. Okay, I know in the beginning I promised that these videos would be a half hour, but I feel like I'm just being angry and not constructive in the least. So I'm going to do this last segment and then I'm done for the week. I don't want to do this if it's becoming a burden. The last 2 weeks I've gone down to the wire getting these videos together, and it's the same shit as the week before and the same shit as the week before that. I'm over it. I literally have nothing new to report. I just stay in this room when I'm not at work. The truth is, this channel isn't going to be anything new until I start driving a truck. I only started it on the first day of the new year, because it was a momentous occasion, but now I still have a fucking month and a half of time to fill, so what the fuck? Before I come back next week, I'm going to try and readjust my attitude, because no one wants to sit here and listen to me bitching. I don't even want to sit here and listen to myself bitching. Perhaps some restructuring is in order. Fix everything from the top down. I am just hoping that this last segment will get us beyond the 20-minute mark. I can live with that. And if you don't like it, you can go watch something else. I just saw a podcast with that Brian Callen dude where some tweaker was eating pizza in a rough way. That shit got millions of views. And here I am, every week, opening a vein and expressing myself and my feelings, and I can barely crack 20 views per video. And I'm not saying that to garner sympathy, I am saying that to shame you fucking people. You think I do this shit for me? For my own personal amusement? Nah, man. I'm doing this to entertain you people, so if you want to see me crash out, well okay then, I'll crash out. I always have to explain to people that you're not stupid, but you are, every last one of you. Some asshole just said to me, sounds like someone needs a nap. Yeah, maybe I do. I suffer from insomnia, so who is stupid now, you dirty sheep fucker? Maybe I can bug my eyes out and chomp on pizza like an asshole and you'll appreciate what I'm trying to do here. I've got this runny snot nose and my ears keep popping and it's driving me crazy. Why the fuck did I come to the Midwest right before the winter? And now I'm reading that we're supposed to get snow and ice tomorrow at what is supposed to be the hottest time of day. That's just perfect, because now I get to drive in that shit. Luckily, it's more or less a straight line from the house, except for some fucked up construction zone that I've never seen a single worker present at. Just perpetually under construction, California style. Hopefully I will get that permanent position, or at least get told something about it one way or the other. I feel like it would be beneficial to my shitty mood. At least I would be able to say there is one part of my life that isn't a complete shit show. And of course it would be my professional life. My personal life is always a complete fucking mess. So what else is new? I also just want to say that when I interviewed for the position, I was wearing the shirt of that school's rivals underneath my work shirt. Is that a big baller boss move? Let me know in the comments. Or don't. I really don't care either way. Now coming up is the outro segment. A bunch of Jesus freaks tweaking out with that spirit of the Holy Ghost. Autocorrect capitalized the phrase Holy Ghost. Why? How does autocorrect know that I was talking about that Holy Ghost and not some other Holy Ghost? One time I was on a road trip with a buddy of mine and we saw a billboard that said Jesus is Lord, and my friend all of a sudden shouted, "Yeah, no shit. Look at these fools." A wise man once told me that a small mind is filled with faith. Incredible claims require incredible evidence. At least we get paid this Friday. That is the only good thing to come of this week. Otherwise, it was completely pointless. If you look carefully, I think I see Fred Savage in this absolutely unhinged congregation. Like the Fred Savage when he was playing Kevin Arnold. I don't know if it is him or not. What do you think? Okay, you scumbags and sweat hogs, I'm out. See you next Tuesday.